Hey, what's up, guys? This is RavenSky-Daisy. I'm running kind of a test this morning. I wanted to kind of show you some of the back-end work that I was doing. This unicorn logo I was going to be using for one of my printful shirts, and the yen logo was one of my original logos that I had used, and there were some flaws that were in the logo itself, and I decided I was going to change out the old yen logo to the new and updated logo that I have. And I just wanted to kind of show you the process that I was going to use in order to change this out. And I thought you might be interested in seeing the kind of back end work that goes into doing something of this nature, just so you can get an idea of the kind of work that I have to do in order to make these type of modifications in some of the logos when something didn't turn out right the first time. So I went ahead and pulled up the new yen logo beforehand, so it didn't waste so much time. And then in order for me to, I just wanted to show you an example here. Like right now, I created another layer and I'm blacking it out so I could actually see what I was working with. And if I go over here to the right in the working area, if I take this and move it down, move the background down all the way to the bottom, oops, what did I do? Of course, that didn't work. Oh, there we go. I take this black background and I move it to the very end, then it pops out the whole logo here. And if I move the background anywhere up in this direction, I basically start losing some of my images. So I have to move it all the way down to the bottom. It pops out the original image. And then if I zoom in, you can see what I'm talking about as far as the old logo. In this area here, it's got all these, it's got all the edges are all undefined and kind of messed up, and there's no I don't know what you call it, but there's no snowflaking here in the yen logo. So basically, I'm going to take out this yen logo real quick. So I'll go back up here and I hit this little eyeball and it makes it disappear. And then what I need to do is go up to the new yen logo, and I believe this will probably work. Use the magic wand. Then I do a Shift Command I, and that isolates just the logo. And I'll hit copy, and then go back to the original here and do a Command V. That puts the new logo in here, and you can see it's got the snowflaking, or whatever you want to call that. It's some type of airbrushing technique that I used. And then I need to make it smaller to fit the original size of the other logo itself. This was the next thing I had to do, was kind of the tricky part. And really the only way to do it is to make it fit exactly like the other one, is I have to go back to the original over here to the right and unclick it, and that'll kind of show me and kind of give me like a template to use. And then I go here to opacity, and then I take the opacity down just a little bit. That's the wrong one. I have to go to the original logo, take the opacity down. That way it kind of, so now I can use that as the template, my working template, so I can kind of see what I'm doing. Now I go to the new logo, do a Command T, which isolates my new logo, and then take my cursor up here to the top left, hit Shift, or click on Shift, and then I try to make it go down to about that size here. hit enter. And then the next thing I need to do is, now you can see the difference between the new logo and the old logo. The old logo I skewed. I believe I skewed it. And you can see how it looks like it's got different dimensions and it's kind of facing in a different direction. So what I need to do is go up here to Image, or go to Edit. And I believe I need to, the first thing I need to do is go to Perspective. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to go over here to the top right. I'm actually going to drop that down just a little bit without distorting it too much, and then maybe move it just a tad. So this is kind of what I'm trying to do, is make it fit inside the old logo so it's about the same. It looks like I may need to draw. Yeah, that's kind of where it needs to be, because if I do this too much, yeah, it's going to distort it too much. So bear with me, this is just part of the process. Okay, I think that's kind of how it needs to be. And then the second thing I need to do, and I hope this all goes right, because I know there's one other procedure that I need to do in order to make this work, but I'm trying to get it to fit exactly the way the old logo looks. I go back down to Transform, and I think I hit Skew. I know what I need to do first. Let's go ahead and isolate this again. Then I need to bring this in, I think, just a little bit. So that way we're kind of working in the same. That's kind of it, sort of. And I really don't remember exactly how I did it, but I know that these are the tools that I had to use in order to do it. So maybe we're going to go back up here to Edit, back to Transform. I'm going to hit Skew. I think that might actually work. Go to the middle, the middle square. Click on that. Pull it down just a little bit. That's kind of what we're looking for there. About the same size. Go ahead and hit Enter again. And then back up to Edit. And so this is where it takes more time than some time, because I have to go through these Skew, Distort, Perspective, and Warp to make it fit exactly, to make these two logos fit exactly the same. And right now they're not fitting, the same as they were before. And I think Perspective is not what I'm going to use. Distort, I may need to try Distort and see what that does. But again, that might not actually be what I'm looking for. Oh, well, that definitely works on that end. Let's see, maybe, yep, that kind of works, relatively speaking. Okay, so that's kind of lined up. Maybe the bottom here, try to get this bottom lined up just a tad. Okay, now we're at least kind of in the right direction. I'm going to hit Enter, and then I need to be able to see what I'm doing here, so I'm going to go and block out the unicorn and go back up here to, I got to find the unicorn text. There's the first one, and then the second one. Is that it? Nope. Nope. Here's unicorn. So now that I've got that kind of isolated, then I can see my working see what I'm working here with, and I'm trying to get the new logo to fit inside the old logo, so it's, you know, as congruent as possible. I'm going to hit Command T, and since this is a little bit low, I'm going to bring it up just a tad bit. That will help kind of make it fit just a bit. And it's still not fitting exactly perfect, as you can see. So again, this would take several minutes, if not the next 15 or 20 minutes, in order to maybe get this fitting just right. So I'm going to probably spare you that time. So I just wanted to show you what it is that I'm trying to do here. And then one quick thing that I can do while I'm on here is go ahead and okay, so this is the new logo, what it's supposed to look like. And the one thing I needed to do for sure was I needed to come back up here to layer style, and I needed to go to stroke. And if I'm going to click on this, click on white, and the stroke is a white outline, and that's like one of the easiest ways to do it. And then right here, this gives you the pixel width and depth, or the thickness of the pixels for the outline, the white outline stroke. I'm going to hit 7, and as you can see, the outline of the yen is getting thicker. And I don't remember the exact thickness for the old yen. 10 looks pretty decent. I'm going to go ahead and click on 10 for now. Go back here, highlight the old logo again, and you can see the thickness is a little bit more than 10. So I'm going to go back to the new one, click on stroke again, double click, and then I'm going to bump this up to 13, I think. That's almost just about right. And then highlight let's view the old logo again, and that's kind of what I'm looking for as far as thickness, maybe even a little thicker. So go back to the old one, hit click on double stroke here, then probably what, 15 maybe? Alright, I think that's about what I'm looking for, roughly. So I'm going to stick with 15. So that's kind of what I'm doing, and then the next thing I have to do is this piece of yen right here, this part of the yen, I then have to isolate that, and I've got to create a new layer and then copy and paste it, so that way the unicorn, when I pop that in there, this part of the yen logo will actually sit on top of the unicorn itself, making it look like this. Oops, making it look like, where is it at, right here. Making it look like that. And then the image will be complete, and then I can just make a couple other adjustments and it'll be finished. So that's kind of the beginning process of what I'm trying to do in this tutorial, sort of. Really just kind of just showing the ins and outs of what it takes in order to make these logos and how to edit them and modify them. And I know this really wasn't a good tutorial as far as how to, but it does give you kind of an idea of what the things I have to go through in order to make some of these logos and designs, and the headaches that I have to deal with. Alright guys, thanks for watching, and I hope you at least learned something, and I'm looking forward to doing maybe some more short clipped tutorials in the future, maybe some more basic stuff, and kind of work your way up to doing, you know, more designs and stuff of this nature, so you can make your own printful designs or canvases or whatever, what may have you. Again, thanks for watching, and please like and subscribe to this channel for, you know, more updates and more how-tos in Photoshop. Appreciate it, and I'll talk to you guys later. See ya.